What's going on, everyone? Welcome, Rabid here, and this should be a pretty quick video, but an exciting one. And yes, it is about Pearl yet again, and another kind of how to mine it, as it does look like AlphaMine released a native mining software for Windows. So I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for this. This means you do not need WSL to mine in Windows anymore. So I'm going to download it and show you how to set it up fast and easy. Alrighty, so the first thing you need to do is come into AlphaMine's Discord and click on the .exe file right here. Now, coming into here, it's going to be detected as a virus, so make sure you have your Windows Defender or whatever up to tell it to allow it and be okay, because it's going to keep popping up until you allow it to do that, and then download it one more time so that it shows up. Once you have it downloaded, all we got to do is set up your bat file and run the miner. All right, so once you do download it, you're just going to have this file right here, Alpha Miner Windows version 1.0.0. That's all you're going to have. You're not going to have anything else here. So you got to make your own bat file in order to run this. And this is kind of like the command we're using inside of, I guess, let me just show you right quick here. If I come into here, and this is pretty much exactly the same command as you would be utilizing when we were running WSL. So we're pretty much just going to make, a text file. So if you come into here and you go new, and then make a new text document here, name it, Alpha Miner. Okay, let's just call it whatever. Just go Alpha Start, whatever you wanted to do. Here you can see I actually named my miner to Pearl, and then we just put in all the commands. So I'm just going to edit this here in Notepad, and I'm simply just going to copy it all over. Or I can even show you the WSL one, because maybe you're running the WSL one. You can just copy this one as well and change it to your parameters. So remember, for Windows, we're not going to need the period and /. So let's come into here. We're going to go to Alpha Start here, paste that in, and we're going to have to name this exactly the same thing as this. That's why I named mine to Pearl, so I knew exactly what it was. So now you just go pearl.exe, which I actually have in here. So let me just edit this. I might be confusing you by jumping around to them all, but you can see pearl.exe, but by default, it's going to be this. So you can just take this one right here, copy the name of it, and then you're going to bring up your Notepad, and we're going to change it to this. Bam. And you're going to want to make sure it is EXE. And now you're going to make sure there's only one space after everything, because it looks like Linux has extra spaces. Maybe it doesn't matter. This is just what I did because I'm used to all the miners only being one space for the next thing. That looks like it's just one. Yeah. Now we're going to go back. Yep. One space. So that is it. This should work right here as long as you have it pointed to the name of the miner .exe. So we're just going to file. We're going to save as, because remember, if you just save it right now, it's going to be a text document. So you want to save it to all files. And at the end of it, put a .bat. That makes it a file that you can actually use, an executable file or executable. I can't see that my words don't want to work, but you know what I mean. So it allows it to be double click. So now all we got to do now is, here is that Alpha Start one we just made. Just double click on that. And here you see there's the commands. Bam. Up and running, which is pretty much exactly the same as what we're doing in WSL here. If I hit that in WSL, we are mining, and the hash rate is the same. So I'm recording right now, so it's going to be a little bit lower, but on my 4090, I am around that 235 terahash or so. So I don't need this anymore. I'm going to Control C out of that. And now all we got to do now is continue to keep running our bat file. So I'm going to bring mine back in here, just so I know what it is. So I'm just going to go alpha run, I guess is what I was originally doing, but there you go. That is my normal one. So I'm just going to run through this one more time so you can see what to do in your bat file. So the steps are: download the miner. You can name it to whatever you want. Like I said, I named mine to Pearl. As long as you have the name of the miner and then period .exe, that allows it to run in your bat file. And then coming into your bat file, all you need in here now are these commands right here. I would paste these down in the description, but I think YouTube covers all up and stuff. So you're just going to have to follow this and type it out word for word, but it's all right here. So here you can see, here is the name of whatever your miner, whether you rename it or not. That is the name right there. Then you're going to need dash dash. You have your pool here. This is your stratum for the pool. And then you got your dash dash address. This will be your wallet address right here. Then we got dash dash worker, and that'll be your worker name. And that is all you need to get up and running. Now you can set difficulties and stuff, which I do have in this one. You can see dash dash password, and for your password you can set a difficulty, but I'm not even running that, and it is working just fine. So I just wanted to get this up and running to show you guys how easy it is to run Windows now. So now whenever you want to come in for a miner, you just come in here, double click right here on the start file, and it runs just like a normal Windows miner, because that's exactly what it is. Hopefully this video did help you out. I will see you on the next one, guys. Rabid out.